I've learned to ask for help now, which before I never did.
The problem, I believe, is that America, the American public, sees this kind of phenomenon of people being on the street with nowhere to live as, well, they just don't want to do anything about it. What are they supposed to do? Get a job? Hey, where's a person who doesn't got a place to live, to get clean, to sleep? How do you present yourself when you walk in to get a job? You had to worry about feeding yourself.
Without food, the body can't sustain life. You know, water's not enough. You need nourishment to get you through the day.
And people out there say, I need food. And they really just need food. I got a hungry dog, or I got a hungry baby, just need food.
Because I've never been homeless before, and it was a tremendous experience to the point where I was lost.
There's a porch right behind you guys that I got a ticket from Berkeley police for sleeping on it.
Berkeley Food and Housing, if I didn't have them taking care of everything for me, I think I'd be all messed up.
Everything that was stopping me from finding work was myself. It was mostly not knowing how to deal with those complications and that stress, not knowing how to help myself.
Some people are lucky they got parents that help them back them up, but there's a lot of people, once those people aren't around anymore and they're dead, you got to do it on your own and you don't have the money to do it, you're stuck.
Our intention is to help people find housing and help them maintain it. So for some people, they're here for a week. They get the help, they move on, we never see them again. For some people, they've been here for 30 years.
We give them the big picture. And what we do is present, here's what you're looking at. This is the goal that you're seeking. If you go this way, this is what's bound to happen, because I've seen it. And you've probably seen it.
I've seen partners and friends of mine that they're out there on the streets. Now they're gone.
And then we go over here. All right, now, I know this may be uncomfortable for you, but if we try these things, here are the possibilities. These possibilities look a lot brighter than what you've already faced or what you may be facing. What's the risk in trying some of this?
People are homeless for a lot of different reasons, but mostly, it's because they don't have money to pay rent. And for some people, that's due to economic disadvantage, and for some people, it's due to disabilities. So there's probably two big groups of people that are homeless that we serve. Some because they really can't manage their lives because of some kind of mental health disability or drug and alcohol disability, and some people just because they're so poor. A lot of the women we serve at our women's center are single moms, really low-end paying jobs. They just, they fall out of housing because they really just don't have enough money.
And it doesn't always work the first time. It took me 3 times before it worked. So if you find yourself falling and stumbling, start again. If it takes you 10 starts, start again. So, that's it. That's all, that's all it is. It starts within. You have to want something different in your life. And when you do, if you come to Berkeley Food and Housing, I'm sure the resources are there, whether it takes 1 day, 1 year, 10 years, that you can finally get what you want.
As men, sometimes we forget that it's okay to ask for help. As men, it is definitely okay to be seen seeking help.
In the economic times we're now, what businesses are doing are cutting people's jobs. So if you're in a low-wage job and somebody cuts your hours, how can you pay your rent? You just can't. And then you can't collect unemployment either.
The 80 hours I had every 2 weeks, my hours were cut down to like 1 or 2 days a week, plus a little unemployment, but even unemployment deduct the money you make each time you work.
So it really is putting some low-wage earners in a really risky place. And that's a group of people we've been seeing recently that we didn't used to see, like people that are actually working, still working, but not really able to get by. There was this interesting story of a man who was a substitute teacher, and they cut his hours because the school districts were going through a bad time through all these budget cuts, and he couldn't pay his rent. He ended up living in our shelter while he was substitute teaching. We found out about our rapid rehousing program, and he's on his own.
This is much more than just you sleeping here. This is much more than us providing you a meal. This is about making life changes and making choices that differ from what got you here. Not one person that comes through that door can leave saying they don't know more than what they did when they got here. Because what we do goes far beyond food, shelter.
Oh, it's for real, you know. I've been there, up, down, 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 back up again, you know. But I'm right at the level where I need to be at now, you know. And it's happening. If it can happen for me, it can happen for anybody else. And I believe in change. I believe that I made a change. I believe that, you know, I may be slow a little bit now. I may have a prosthesis, but I'm still trying to move forward. I'm still trying to hang on, you know.
And I came to a housing meeting. I saw Kendra come in the door, who works for Berkeley Food and Housing, and I just grabbed a hold of her. And I said, I have all my paperwork that you guys asked for. Here it is. And she stepped me through the process. I entered the shelter, the women's shelter for Berkeley Food and Housing. And at that point in time, we made a little contract that I was going to save a certain portion of my check each month. I had saved enough money through Berkeley Food and Housing to have the deposit for it and to move in. And that was a year ago. September 18th was a year. So I've been in my place for a year now. Every night I come home, I put my key in my door. I'm thankful.
If you could ever be able to capture this on film, and it would just be serendipitous if you could. And it usually happens when I go down into our programs, either here, the men's shelter, the women's shelter, and this person comes up to you with a big, big smile on their face. Oh, hi, what's going on? I just got my apartment. And they're smiling. Oh, there you go. And they have their keys. That is what it's all about. And when they're all excited and they're packing up their stuff and they're leaving, and it's like they're not sad they're leaving, and we're not sad they're leaving. We're just really happy. And if you could just see the glee and joy on people's faces to have their own home, it is so wonderful. That is what it's all about.
Remember how you were in the schoolyard when somebody got hurt? Oh, are you all right? Just do that again. Say, are you all right?
Why aren't you saying hi? Sometimes that's all it takes.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes and follow somebody that knows what to do, because I don't know myself exactly what to do.